Greetings. Welcome back to A Cup of Conversation and Food for Thought with me, Nidra Simmons. I want to start off by saying I do not own the rights to the music. The music is just playing or the commercials. I am not promoting anything from the radio. That is just music playing in the background. Please like, share, and subscribe. I come on always to, give honor and glory to God. So first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you, God, for being so awesome and so wonderful. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for seeing us throughout the day. Thank you for providing for us, protecting us, watching over us. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for getting up early. Um, Thank you for keeping us, providing for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Thank you, God, for just always being so wonderful, so awesome to us. Continue to have your way in our lives. Continue to protect us and keep us fully dressed. We're in the full armor of God, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith, sword of God's holy word, butter of truth, and shoes of peace. Continue to have your way, God, in my life. Less of me, God, more of you. Use me as a vessel to be able to reach your people, to speak, to encourage, to uplift, to help in any way possible. I pray that whoever comes on here and speak, they speak with respect and with the intentions of helping and not to try to attack and hurt anybody. These blessings I pray in your holy name. I thank you, God, for just being so wonderful. Continue to have your way. Giving gratitude and respect to our big brother Jesus, archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest Christ at light, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and for it. Thank you so much for all that you do. And these blessings I pray in your holy name. Amen. Good morning, all of you out there. Thank you for joining the live. So glad to see that you are up. I was a little bit behind schedule. I said I was going to try to be here at 5 o'clock. I was actually standing in front of my computer at 5, but I didn't have my coffee, so I had to go get my coffee. And so that was what extended the time a little bit. But the umbrella that I'm going to fall under is still under love. It's still under relationships. But I like to look at all aspects of different things. And when I was scrolling to try to pick a topic, the topic that came on, and this is not to down anybody's feelings or emotions or anything like that. This is just a cup of conversation and food for thought. And I'm curious to know if anybody out there feels that way or if they can relate to what I'm talking about. And it was the statement is, I was born to love and not to be loved. And when I read that, I'm like, you know what? That's kind of interesting. It can flow in many different ways. And and I can understand what somebody might feel if they say that phrase. I was born to love and not be loved. I think we're all supposed to be loved, but there's scenarios and times in our lives where we feel like we just, have so much love to give that people can't love us the same way that we give out the love. So we feel like we're not here to be loved. We're just here to love others. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Hello, thank you for joining the live. Glad to see you here. Good morning to you all. Good day. It, excuse me, it is something should have to read off a script much though. If you believe in something, you shouldn't have to read off a script. Well, no, I'm not reading off a script. Everything we say here flows. It's just, an umbrella to fall under, something to just gravitate to. I don't want to come on and just be staring at the camera and that's it. And it's not a script, it's just a phrase. And everything that I come on and talk about is usually a phrase under an umbrella, meaning the conversation can be flowed in any different, direction. But I still feel like some control needs to be in the matter so that the conversation just doesn't go everywhere. When it goes everywhere, that's not in my control. That's in the control of God to help whoever needs to hear it. But there's just topics that come to mind that I think might be interesting to just talk about because this is a cup of conversation and food for thought. Nothing I say is scripted. You get most of this stuff hot off the press. So it's not scripted. It's just an idea of something to throw out there so that we have something to talk about. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. So glad to see you on the live and glad you guys got up in the morning to come check me out. But yeah, for those of you that just came in, we're still talking about love. We're still talking about relationships. Um, so it's not like I'm shifting away from things. How you doing? I don't know how to put you on, so you have to hit the thing so I can click you to come on live with me. But thank you for coming on. Um, I came home yesterday and I kind of relaxed. I said I was going to try to get on in the afternoon, but once I get home from work, No problem. No problem. I'm ready to just relax, eat, and go to sleep. I start my day off really early. So I try to go to sleep early so that I can be very effective throughout the day. But but yeah, um, but yeah. So when I looked at that phrase this morning, I said that's kind of sad. But then I looked at, it, I said I kind of felt that way at one time because I've been in relationships and I'm wondering why the relationships didn't turn out. Oh wow, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. No, I've gotten up at 4 o'clock. Well, a little bit before 4 o'clock. But I stayed in the bed for a little bit. Um, I appreciate the relaxation more now than I've ever did. Um, I remember at some point I kept saying, um, I kept saying, when will it be time for me to just relax and just breathe? Because I've been working for a very long time. I was taking care of kids and, my own kids. And I was like, I'm tired. So now that I have an opportunity to rest, it's like people's like, you can go out and get this. You got to make this. And I'm like, yeah, I do need to get all these jobs out there, but I do want to focus on me. Weighing heavy on my heart in this morning. Ezekiel 23:20 is weighing heavy on my heart this morning. Why is it weighing heavy on your heart? But yeah, it's what is it? Wednesday, hump day, yeah. It's already the middle of the week. Um, I be counting down my days of the week because I be appreciating those weekends. But yeah. Good morning, good morning. Okay. I don't know what. Okay, you have a great day too. Um, yeah, but just interesting to know. Let me scroll back for a second. All right. But yeah, I hope that you all are having a good morning. I hope that you guys are ready for your day. The best part of it is you're up to get started, to get going. So hopefully everything will flow in your direction. What I suggest for everybody is just to make sure that you take it easy. I miss you too. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I hope you're having a good morning and that you don't have too much planned today. Um, but be productive and take it easy. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. Um, but yeah, but yeah. Have you out has anyone out there felt like they were born to love but not to be loved? And I was about to tell you about why I felt that way. And I felt that way because I'm a giver, and I've always given when I was able to. Sometimes you can give too much, and that well's gonna have to get cut off because you're giving too much. And sometimes you need to hold back because you need to make sure that what you're giving is not. I don't want to say in vain because I don't think it's in vain to give. I think it's an awesome thing to give, but sometimes you can give to the wrong people, or you can give and God can be trying to teach somebody else a lesson. And I say this because I used to give all the time until I had no more money to give. So I had to find other ways to give. So this is another way that I come on and give to, encourage others and help others, you know, get out of whatever stuckness, stagnation that they're in. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you another idea of how to look at things. And I'm not saying don't give either. By no means. People need, so give. I'm just simply saying, um, if you do give, seek guidance from God so that God is on board with you giving. Because you don't want to correct somebody or help somebody when God is trying to correct. Because then you're interfering and you might cause problems on yourself. But by no means I'm not saying not give because there's people that need. So trust me, I understand. And for those that do give, I appreciate, because it's a need in its own time. So I give honor and glory to God for that. And I thank God for you all out there that takes the time to listen to what God is telling you to do. But that's where I felt that I was born to live. I was born to love and not to be loved, is because I was in relationships, and it was like not going anywhere. I'm like, I'm giving my all to these people, and it's not all at one time. Stages in my life, I'm giving my all, and I'm thinking that they're doing the same for me. And I've gone years thinking that it was a two-way streak, and then found out at the very end that it wasn't. So I still think that we're all supposed to be loved, because if you go through a lot of hard times in your early year of life, then I believe your latter days of life will be better. Um, and vice versa. I mean, it's the law of gravity. What goes up comes down, and you can always throw stuff up, comes down. So you got things that's like smoke and vapor. It flows up, but then it disappears. But um, saying all that to say, we're going to have moments in our life to where we're feeling like we're giving more out than what we're receiving in, and that's just a matter of you looking at the intentions behind what you do. If you do things for others with the positive, the good intentions, then your rewards or whatever's going to come back will come back in that same intention that you give it out. Hello, thank you for joining us from the Caribbeans. God bless you. It's nice to know that people all over the world that come and check little me out. Hello, thank you for joining the live. Good morning to you. I start off by saying I do not own the rights to the music. Hello, how you doing? Thank you. Um, I'm talking to everybody. Um, and if I say something that pulls at your heart, take it to God and ask God, is that for me? But I'm talking to everybody, you know. And I understand where you're coming from, because if you're dealing with things, or if you're feeling a certain way and people talk, you kind of think that is personally to you. But I ask God to use me. So I always say, God, less of me and more of you. So if you feel that I am speaking to you, take it to God for confirmation. Are you good at cutting? Of course. But you take it to God and seek guidance and wait and listen. Because I don't want to discourage anybody. I don't want to mislead anybody by no means. I come on because I feel like this is a tug at my heart to come on and help people, and just to have a cup of conversation, because I believe healing comes from talking. You can talk, you can heal from communication. You want to make sure you're communicating with someone that you trust, because you don't want people to take what you tell them in confidentiality and ruin it against you or use it against you, because people will do that. Been there, done that. But yeah, I'm coming on to encourage and uplift. Now, if by chance, like I said, take it to God, because I don't want you to say that what she said. And I'm an average person. I believe that I'm a child of God, a woman of God, and I feel like I move when God said move, and I don't know who I'm going to reach or touch when I come on these lives, but I pray that I do help someone, and if I help just one person, then I've done what I'm supposed to do. I come on to encourage and uplift. There is only one God, the great, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end. We all have God in us. We are created in the image of God. So we're not the big G God. We're created and considered the little G God, because we're made in the image of God. God is a spirit. We are created. We're spirits living in this fleshly body. We're housed in these bodies. And I say that because when we leave here, this fleshly body expires from this earth, but then your spirit lives on, where the fleshly body cannot go. And that's what I believe, so that I can understand it, make it make sense to me. So when people leave, I don't take it to heart like, oh my gosh, they're gone. No, they're still living on. They just don't have that body. That body that they have has expired, and it can't go to the next level. So their spirit lives on. It's just their flesh that's not here. So even though you probably didn't mean it that way, I went and took it there. My bad. But yeah, I believe that we all are loved because we are created in love. It's just the cares of this world, the way that we tend to let the world take over who we are and put cast issues on us. Not issues, but all right, I'm about to bring somebody on. How you doing? Thank you for joining the live. How you doing? Doing good today? Good, good. I don't know if you heard the topic that I was talking about. Um, okay. Someone asked what time am I closing? I'll be on here until like 6, maybe a little bit after 6, since I started a little bit after 5. But I'll try to stay on for an hour because I still have to get up and work. I would love this to be my job all day. But I unfortunately have to go and do real work. I mean, not real work, because this is real work too, but work where I get paid. But the topic that I was talking about was I was born to love and not to be loved. Do you agree with that? Do you think that that's a statement that can apply to us at some stages in our life? Yeah. Mm. It's about commercials too loud. Hold on, let me turn that down. And I'm not promoting these commercials. Okay. Huh? It was. I don't know if you asked me to say it again. What's the difference to be in born to love and to be loved? Well, to me the difference is good morning. Thank you for joining the live. If you're born to love, meaning you are created and all you have is love, so you give love. You are the giver of love, and to be loved, you're the receiving. Like you can be in relationships, or you can go through life want to do things. Okay, but I don't know. That was just a topic that I came across when I was scrolling. We can always talk about anything else, but I always try to come up with something. It's hard to hear you. Maybe it's just my phone. Oh, if I turn it up, maybe that's better. I had my volume down. Mm-hmm. Thank you all for joining the live. I'm curious to know what you guys out there think too. Do you consider yourself to be you were born to love, or wait, I'm saying it wrong.
To be loved, you're gonna depend on somebody to love you, to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you're born to love, no matter what they say or do, you're still gonna love yourself regardless, no matter what.
Gotcha.
No matter what they do. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good one. It's a good topic.
Oh, okay. I thought so. I try to pick things out that jump at me. All right. So if one is saying people that want to come on request, oh, is it request guests and guests? I don't know. Is there someone else that wanted to come on? Is that what y'all trying to tell me? Rejoin. Okay, hold on. I think somebody said they wanted to join. Can I put? I'm gonna add someone else on. Did it work? Okay. Oh, I got more than one person on. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. Good input on that. Should I repeat the topic again?
Seems like I get more love than I receive love.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us, my brother. A lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
As a man. As a man, a lot of us.
Yeah. So what do you suggest then? If you're someone that's always giving love and not receiving love, what suggestion would you want to give to huh?
Me myself, I think I should take inventory of myself and see, make wise decisions and maybe, if this is God will, show me, whether or not to hold back or whatever, and start loving on myself.
That's the key thing right there. I think once you start showing the love to yourself, then the thought of wanting to be loved by somebody else will kind of fade out a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're human. We're going to want to be around people who want to go out and do things, but it won't be as strong as it would be if you weren't giving that attention to yourself. Do you agree? Disagree?
I agree.
Okay. Like I said, this was just a topic. Have a good day. Uh-huh.
Do you ever get tired of being right all the time?
The funny thing is, I've always was told that I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard that phrase before. But yeah, the reason why I talk so much now is because there was a time where I couldn't. Not that I couldn't because something was wrong with my voice. It was a lot of people shut me up. They didn't want to hear what I had to say. Like what I had to say wasn't important. So now I have the opportunity to just let loose and speak. So I just use my voice to speak. And being quiet and sitting back and looking at a lot of things and not being able to speak, you observe a lot of things, you feel a lot of things. So to be able to get it out, I'm realizing that I was not the only one that was feeling that way. No 100 for no one next person. 10 seconds. I don't know what y'all talking about there. But yeah. But thank you though. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. What about you, DJ Cripple? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do you feel, I don't know, do you feel that it's important to put the attention and love on yourself? That way it will.
Yeah, that's what I said first.
Yeah.
So you won't depend on somebody else's love. You just know to love yourself.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that. My bad.
But to love somebody the real way, you have to love yourself first.
Yeah. And you don't know how real or how true your love is until you test it out on yourself.
Thinking about it, I think I was like wanting to be loved all along most time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these few years by myself,
mm-hmm.
give me a lot of time to think and really look into myself and know what I was doing wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I learned to love myself.
Yeah. And as we grow, I always say that, our parents are our first teachers. So they try to tell us what love is, but they can't really go to the extent of what we're feeling. It's what we as individuals connect the two of what we're feeling and what we're seeing, and then what we were taught. And then we put it together, and then we throw that together and say that's what love is, until you actually get into a situation and realize, wait a minute, that's not what love is, because I don't feel what this other person is saying or should be. It doesn't look like how that person is. So at some point you got to realize and use that time to get to know you and spend that inner understanding and meditating with you. And I always put God in there so that you can get a better understanding of who you are, because a lot of us look like, for me, for example, I was considered a fantasy person, and I still loved all those love movies and everything and happy endings and believing that there's happy endings and fairy tales. But I had to go through life realizing, wait a minute, it ain't no Prince Charming coming to get me. It ain't no, where's my happily ever after? It was like real life.
Have you ever been in a relationship and you thought that you was loved, and at the end you found out you really wasn't loved by that individual?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you do about that? You keep going. But yeah, I have too, because I came down here, and I'm transparent. I'll share my story. When I was originally from Connecticut, we came down to North Carolina. Me and my husband, we renew our vows, and from that point on, it was like we're gonna get serious. We're gonna get together. We're gonna make sure this is work because we're in a new area. It's just us, so we're gonna make it work. And wasn't all peaches and cream, but real life be life, and then everything, and then his life was taken, and I was left here, with the kids, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm sad that he's not here, but I do believe everything happens for a reason, time, and season. So I do believe his purpose here is complete, and he has to go do something else. That's just my mindset. That's how I focus to make it work for me. I'm not asking anybody else to tell me if it's right or wrong. That's what I use to get myself to cope through. Hello out there. Thank you for joining live. So I don't want to lose this part of my story. Sorry. I get so into it, I get confused. But anyway, not confused. I get distracted. But anyway, the point that I think I was trying to make was, yes, I have been in a relationship to where I wasn't loved back, or felt like I wasn't loved the same way that I was, and like I should have been. And this is all with communication, trying to make it seem like we had an understanding. But like I said, in my marriage, the communication was not there. It was not there. But I hope I proved my point out. You asked the question, I answered, and I gave my example behind it. So to try to keep it together, because I can't take something and go around the room and up the hill and down just to get to across the street. But
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. But yeah, what I had talked about yesterday, and just to recap some things, just to add more to the conversation. What are your love standards? Do you have any love standards? Both of y'all, either one of y'all, or even anybody out there that's on the live.
Yeah, I want someone to love me equally,
Mm-hmm.
And if I was to get married again, I want to be, equally yoked,
I agree with that.
And there's some things in common. And you always mention communication.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I acquired too.
Yeah, I think it's important. What about you, DJ Cripple?
Somebody with a good heart. Never married before. Hope I will one day though. Always want to from echo school.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna say to that standpoint.
Don't think about themselves alone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, clean-hearted.
Gotcha. My standards, love standards, what I've learned over the years is that I want someone that is, I would like, my love standard is to have someone that is open for communication, that is open to be honest up front. Don't paint a picture of who you are for me to try to like who you are. Let me see you for real, and let me make my decision on that. Don't let me get into the marriage six months or maybe 6 years down the line. Well, I'm gonna say months because I don't think people can hold those masks on that long. But down the line and realize that this was a mistake because you didn't show me who you were. And when I say communication too, that's being honest about your health. My husband wasn't honest about his health with me. It wasn't until outside people started asking questions about his health because I didn't know. I'm seeing him every single day. But, communication and honesty and everything like that is important. That way you'll know up front, and then you can be able to communicate and see if that person is for you, if that person is in the right mind. A lot of people I hear a lot of people jump into relationships and then they say that it didn't work out. And then they go the series of different relationships kind of the same and it don't work out. At that point, you got to look at the whole person, not just that person. You have to look at your person too. Because like I had said yesterday, people can put their insecurities on others. You may not do it intentionally, but if you're someone that is not steady with yourself and love yourself and have that high energy level about yourself, you can throw off that negativity on somebody else, and you're not knowing what that other person is dealing with. So it's like you're not getting the true essence of who each other is, because you're not honest. You're not speaking and expressing what you feel. And I feel, and I'm going to keep, I'll stop in a minute, but I feel too that you got to be comfortable talking to the person, because you don't want to come across like, and I'm going to speak for me. I like to talk up front. You get to see how I talk. You get to see how I communicate. You get to see my sense of humor. This way I don't have to cover myself and talk a certain way, because you might come off more intellectual, or you might, talk a certain different way. You see what I am. You see me at front value. So you choose that right then and there. I don't have no reason to hide it or change myself for nobody. I want to be me. I want you to be you, so that we can get to know each other for real, for real. So that's one of my love standards. That's a big one. But anyway, I went on and on and on. But yeah, and to those that's out there looking on the live, watching the live, y'all join in too, and see if there's, it stopped scrolling on my end, so I don't know if they stopped coming in. But yeah, I think that we need to have some standards. What do you guys feel about boundaries? Do you think that a couple should have boundaries between one another? Hmm? Yes, no.
Yes, and I want to say no. I don't think no, because being a couple,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are one.
Okay.
So whatever secrets or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the first person I will share that with is the next half.
Okay.
Boundaries.
I think you should.
Mm-hmm.
As far as compromising, from the beginning, you should know what a person like and what they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. If you don't have boundaries, you just don't do what you want to do without confiding in your significant other.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I just want to clarify on something, because you said boundaries. Boundaries shouldn't be secrets. Boundaries are just healthy things put in place to improve you and to protect you. When I think of boundaries, I think boundaries could be something like, let's just say, if I struggle with, let's say, and I don't now, let's say if I struggle with low self-esteem, okay? I'm not going to want you to take me to a place to where I can feel low. You understand what I'm saying? I want to keep myself to a point to where if I feel that you're going to bring me to that place, I am going to either cut the conversation or change the subject, or to let you know, listen, you're hitting a little bit too close to the belt. So I'm gonna need you to either help uplift me or to just change the subject. And that healthy boundary is just actually speaking and letting the person know, where you're feeling, where you're at. That's one type of way of a boundary. Or if, say, for example, if you know that I like to shop or spend money, right? I'm going to, let you know, first of all, up front, look, I don't like window shopping. If I go in a store, I want to come out with something. So if you understand that up front, don't take me in a store that I'm going to spend money on. We got to eat, so let's go out and eat, you know what I'm saying? But, let's not do anything that's going to make me go outside of what I would normally try to do, or outside of what I'm trying to protect myself from. I don't know if those are good examples, but those are just examples that I threw out. So, but yeah, so boundaries are not secrets per se. It's just another way of keeping you grounded as an individual and keeping you grounded within a relationship. By all means, please have that conversation. Please talk to one another. That's important. You have to. And your mate should be the one that you can come home to and just, take everything off. Take that hard outer shell off, because you need it for the outside world. But when you come in, you're supposed to be soft and loving with your partner, with your mate. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't know when to take that shell off. A lot of people feel like they have to stay like that because they feel like they're going to get attacked at home. And the only way you feel like that is if you've been getting attacked when you get home. So in that case, then you need to have that communication and say, listen, and especially if you are not the one working. Now, I ain't never been in a situation where I can just stay home and ain't got to work. But I can just only imagine if you are the one that's home and then the other person is out there working, you should want to make that home as peaceful as possible. But believe it or not, there are some men out there that don't want that. They want to be able to, I don't know how to explain it. I can just tell you my situation. I used to try to, when I was married with my husband, when he was working and I was home, like after I just had a baby, you get that 6 weeks off. So I would try to be the best wife possible. I would cook, I would clean, I would try to, make it easy for him. He didn't want that. He said, don't be doing this for me. And I'm like, why? I didn't understand that. Yeah, can tell me what was it because he was busy doing something else? I don't know, but he didn't want that from me. And I was home at the So I didn't understand that. I'm saying that to say it can go both ways. You can still try to make a home for the person coming in, but that person may not want that. But that's because we didn't have that communication. I'm sure if I sat down with him and he sat down with me and we talked about it, I would have got an answer, but I didn't get an answer. I just got, you go ahead and do what you, and now that I think about it, maybe he thought that I was going to throw it in his face. I do this for you and I do that. I don't know. Could that have been a possibility? I don't hear y'all.
That's funny for him to say that.
Yeah.
A lot of men out here wouldn't mind have a lady doing that for them. All that.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't understand that. And he's not here to defend himself. So, I'm not bringing it up to say anything bad against him. I'm just saying I didn't understand that. The only thing hello, thank you for joining the live. The only thing I can think of is maybe the fact that he thought I was going to throw it back on him. Because some women may do that. And, I don't. Maybe I did. I don't know. Because, you live long, you do better. So, like I say, he's not here to defend himself. But, I lived through some things. And based on what I've lived through, I understand. And there's things I'm not going to repeat because, I feel like life is a big lesson. It's a big school. You learn from what you do. DJ to request. I don't know, somebody else asking to come on. What about you, sir? Mr. Greg?
What's up?
Did you hit? Oh, I had gave a scenario in my situation where.
Well, you in a relationship, you have good, mental understanding. What I'm saying, as far as guidelines, healthy guidelines,
understanding.
Protect you,
Okay.
It's like guidelines, like instruction, something that's agreed to. It's healthy.
Mm-hmm. The only ones that do not agree to your boundaries are the ones that are breaking the boundaries. So that's when you said that you don't, DJ Cripple, when you said that you don't think a boundary should be in a relationship. Well, if it's going to take your thought of what you want to do away from that person, and I'm not saying this is what you do per se, I'm saying as an example to where people might not want the boundaries because someone would chain up on them when they were used to doing something. And the reason why they chain up is either to protect the person so that they don't constantly get fall into what they want to do. Because see, we know our own self better than anybody else. And sometimes we can't put it into words to explain to other person why we do what we do. But we know that we're doing something that would better us. And I could give you an example. An example could be like, all right, say you're trying to do a fast, right? And you want to hold yourself back from you know, you say you want to go for a fast for like a month and you want to withhold intercourse, whatever the case, from your mate, y'all would have to have that communication, that conversation of why you're going to do that. But some might argue, well, you're married, you shouldn't be able to do that. But you don't know if the person is struggling with something or if there's something they're trying to overcome, and that is something that they choose to go on because it's a challenge for them. You got to respect that. I mean, huh?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe in that.
Yeah, so so there's boundaries put in place just to protect that person, and I'm not recommending that you use that. If you're married, you choose something else. But if by chance it's,
example of boundary.
Okay.
Just a simple, like our boundary is like simple as not before entering. You know, that's a boundary.
Yeah, that's a matter of
Yeah, some people just don't like,
walk right in your house, walk right into the bathroom.
That's a boundary,
Yeah.
That's something that got to be agreed, upon.
Mm-hmm.
A guideline,
Mm-hmm. Funny you said that. I am the type of person, if I am in the bathroom, using the bathroom, I don't care if we're married or whatever the case might be. I want my privacy. Don't come in the bathroom if I'm in there. There's some people that be like, well, we're married, I could just come in there. No, if I'm in the bathroom, that's my time to meditate. That is my time, my personal time. We can have time outside the bathroom, but don't come in there when I come in there. And I know some people.
The bathroom today, like liquor. What I call it? Them liquor.
Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you have kids. I mean, when I'm in the bathroom, don't bother me. If you have to use the bathroom, I'm hoping we have a house with more than one bathroom. But when I'm in there, let me use the bathroom in peace. And then we can talk after I finish. Because it's just for me, and I'm only speaking for me. When my kids, even though my husband's in the house, they see me. Every time I'm hungry. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And then you work. People want you to do stuff at work. So when you come home, when I come home, the bathroom is my moment of peace. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, I had a conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a conversation. Somebody said, nah, we gonna come and you gonna come in there when I'm in there. No. I respect the same way you in the bathroom. I don't need to come in there. You handle your business. I'll come out and check you when you get outside. I ain't got to have a conversation. I'm thinking of that movie, but I don't want that to flag me when I say the names. But there's a particular movie where the guy was in the bathroom. He called his son in there. The movie starts with the letter F. And he came in there and gave his son something. And he wanted to have a conversation. He was like, you in the bathroom. But yeah.
And another boundary is like, say, for example, you got something that you like and you put it in the refrigerator and, someone tasted it, going to eat it out without asking you. I mean, you overstepping your boundary.
Your boundaries. Look, we used to have to put our names on stuff. Even when I was married with my kids, my name is on this. Don't touch this. But no, I understand what you're saying. Because that's yours.
You overstepping your boundary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going past that line, you
know
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And then, you get upset. You can't rationalize in your mind, why is this person doing this? You wouldn't do it to them. I mean, if you want it, ask, but if that's what I like, I bought it, particularly for me, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, and I'm one of a person that maybe, I might be selfish or whatever, I don't know, but if I go out to a restaurant and I give you the choice to choose what you want,
mm-hmm.
and then you want to eat out of my plate, I'm not doing that. There's a boundary.
There's a song, a Jamaican song, and they said, "Order men eat out of is it action? I don't know. I don't want to say the names because I don't want to come up there, but that brought me to that. But yeah, I can relate to that. And that's conversation and communication you got to have with one another. And that's something you should find out when you're dating. It's not something that should be, you find out down the line. When you communicate and have that open conversation with one another, y'all have the understanding. Look, I'll get you whatever you want, but this right here is mine. Get your hands out. So I can understand that too. But yeah. So yeah, there's all different types of boundaries. And it's humorous because everybody's different. But you said something that was key. They don't feel. You said that they don't. You wouldn't do that to them. And and we don't. A lot of people don't think the way that we think, or each individual. What is common to us, what's common sense to us, ain't common to other people. So you're gonna have to be able to, loosen up a little bit and not change your ways by no means, but just say, listen, I don't know if you think this way, or just come out and say it, because I can be very direct when I speak, and I've been told that on a lot of occasions. But you can just simply say, look, what's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine when it comes to the food. Everything else we sharing when it comes to food in my plate. But you gotta, and people think it's cute. A lot of things that you do in the beginning of the relationship too, you might find it to be cute. But later on, as you get in that relationship,
they be seeing like you be eating, and they see that you enjoying it, so they get can I taste this? And it kind of like it bothers me. I'm into my groove, enjoying my meal. Eat what I need to do. Can I taste that? In my mind, I say, you had your choice. I asked you to get what you wanted. So don't be indecisive. Be decisive when you order your food. Give it a thought. Because I give it a thought, but I want it.
Mm-hmm. When I go out to eat, I don't order what I cook at home. I order something different. So sometimes you order something that's nasty. You look at your food, you look at somebody else. You look at the other person's food, like, well, I don't know. But still, I agree. If you make it known, don't put your hands on my plate. That should be standing there. That's it. Don't do it. Eat around your plate. If you don't like that, eat around your plate or order something else.
And some people say, you don't mind me, getting a little bit. They'd already stuck the fork in your plate.
Somebody said maybe they want to taste the energy of your food, of your meal. Maybe they want to. That's interesting. I ain't never put it that way. What about you, DJ Cripple? Are you there? Okay, I don't know. But yeah, his thing is muted, so maybe he's doing something. But anyway, but yeah, I totally understand. I totally agree. Once you get that understanding, you want to make sure.
Well, sometimes when you're in love, it don't make a difference.
That's what Bano.
You give them give them a pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what Bano Sai sing. She just said if she likes someone, you can see it too. Hey, that's just me. Oh, okay. She's saying that if she loves somebody, she'll taste their food. But yeah, you got to be careful too, because people got food allergies, or some people, you touch and eat somebody else's food, you taking a chance on getting a reaction. Whether the reaction be that fork in your hand trying to get into it's a reaction. So
somebody act like a pit bull or something. He growls at you.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, no allergies here, girl. But yeah, we're at that 48. Well, no, I said I was gonna stay for an hour, so I'll stay on until.
Hey, I know things that mothers and daughters do. They take each other's shoes and get without permission. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can relate to that. Everybody, me and my daughters, all three of my daughters, we all have the same. We can all wear the same shoes. But I got one daughter that wear heels. I would not be sharing her shoes. I don't wear no heels. Not down in North Carolina. You sink everywhere you walk. There's nothing but soft ground. Good evening from down under Sydney, Australia. Oh, Australia. Well, welcome in the house, Australia. But yeah, no, I'll share like maybe a pocketbook or Um, if it's a hairstyle, I'll bite that. But yeah, but yeah, we were talking about boundaries. Mm-hmm.
So you got boundaries when it come down your clothes and all that.
Now my style is not like my kids. They don't they don't wear my clothes. They say I dress like a teacher. They say I don't have no style, which is all good because I'm a teacher and I get teacher salary, so my clothes gonna be looking like a teacher. So I can't knock what they say because it's all factual.
Are you a good teacher?
I think I'm an excellent teacher. Other people might think different, but I think I'm an excellent teacher. I think if any teacher can promote growth and there is a growth in any type of way for the positive, is a good teacher. But yeah, I think that I am an excellent teacher. I meet people where they are and I bring them to where they need to be without lowering myself.
You know what? That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the roses. But yeah, I think that I am. I don't know if DJ Crit left or took a break. I don't know. But Cripple. I said Crit. Did I say it right? He said I did. But anyway, oh, you left too. Is there something going on with the internet? All right. Look like the two guests went off. Is there a timer on that? Perhaps. I don't know. All right. We need good teachers in this world. No doubt. I agree. You know, teachers go through a lot. A lot of people don't understand. Teachers got to work more than one job, and I don't want to work more than one job, but I still do. Okay, one hung up and one is still here. Are you still here, Greg? Oh, look at that. All right, that's cute. But yeah.
Did you get the gift?
I did. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't get used to that.
And the seeing the different things up there.
It don't phase you no more.
Well, I do if I see different ones. I like that one though. It does phase me. I said thank you.
Okay.
But yeah. Yep. But yeah.
You can get too used to a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And
things don't phase you no more.
No, that
I'll play with you.
Gifts are awesome. I don't know who can get used to you. I got you.
I'll play with you.
Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. But yeah. No, I appreciate all the gifts. I don't know if y'all noticed the earrings. These are some earrings I made. If you're interested, I sure did.
You better watch out in that TikTok. You advertise.
Well, no, okay. Well, I'm introducing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you for letting me know that.
Tell them that you're not trying to promote anything.
Yeah, not trying to promote, but if you like them, share it. Let a sister know. Thank you. But yeah, we were talking about, you know, what are some standards? We talked about some boundaries. We talked about if you're someone that feel like you are born to love but not to be loved. I think that we are all born to be loved. It's just a matter of us putting that true love in ourselves so that we know that it's, you know, because it's us against in the world. It's going to be you as a baby, as a toddler, as a teenager, as a young adult, as a senior citizen on back. It's you against you in this world. So you're going to have to learn to love you and put that love in you. So that way the need to be loved won't be so heavy because you already love yourself. And that love that you put in yourself is going to shine through you and other people's going to gravitate to that. And then that love is going to come to you. That's how I see it. So it's best to love yourself and treat yourself. Thank you. And, you know, don't look for other people to give you that gratification or that validation. You have to be able to validate yourself because the world can give you, I call it with them. What's in it for me? They'll be all nice and everything to you, only if you benefit them in the long run in some way, form, or fashion. Um, are you still here, Greg? I keep seeing it flashing back in and back out. I thank you all for joining the live.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. We still got a few more minutes.
I wouldn't leave without saying goodbye.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Well, it's never goodbye. I mean, see you later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, and DJ Cripple, who had left the live, but I thank you all for joining. I thank you for all. Oh, look at that.
You like my heart?
I love that heart. That is sweet. Thank you.
You gonna take care of my heart?
I'll take care of it. But yeah, I appreciate all of you that had contributed and came in. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your contributions to this live as well. Oh, look at the puppy. Cute, very cute. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Here goes some money.
Oh, I'll take it. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Don't play with me.
I'll take it. I can use it. Bet you will. Someone said, bet you will. I got bills to pay too. Look at the origami. That's new. That's nice. A paper crane.
And then you thought that was new?
Yeah.
No, you must be not. Ain't nobody sending no gifts.
Not. I get gifts, yeah, but not all of those. That's a new one. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live.
That's a new one to you.
Yeah. For those that are just coming in, we had talked about a bunch of different things. We talked about boundaries. We gave examples of certain boundaries. We talked about, do you feel that you are born to love and not to be loved? We talked about standards, all of that good stuff. So those of you that did not join in the live, you can still see the live on YouTube. I have a page on there under Nidra Simmons.
Did Gerald Levert have a song out talking about he was born to love you?
Who?
Gerald Levert.
Probably.
I mean, some of the lyrics in this lyric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now he got some lyrics in his songs now. That man been through some things. He been through some things. March babies are legendary lovers. Okay. Speaking from a March baby. But yeah. Well, good to know. But yeah, we was talking about that artist. He has a lot of good songs. He's been in a lot of songs. His life was taken too early.
Yeah.
But we still have some good memories of his creations, his talents, his gifts that we can now listen to today. Yeah. But yeah.
If I get a chance one day, I'll sing for you.
Okay. We on live now. Everybody gonna want to hear that too. They gonna all want to hear it. What's that note?
I can't get to the 5-gallon bucket.
I enjoy singing. Have I sing in front of a lot of people? No. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Yeah, that's a good song. Is that the song that has the lyrics that he was talking about in it? I would have to play it and see.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. But he's got some good songs. Yeah. I love music. I love singing. It's a release. So for those, and that's a good thing to add too, for those that have a lot of anxiety and a lot of nervousness, singing can be a good avenue to go to just release. You don't have to be on stage. You could be in your car. You can be in your shower. You can just just release it. It's like it'll come from your gut all the way up and out. And once you finish singing, by the time you finish your note or whatever, even a high pitch, you'll feel so much better.
Yeah.
It sounds better than screaming and hollering. And sometimes your singing might sound like screaming and hollering.
So laughing, laughter is good for you.
Yes, yes. I always say laughter is good for the soul.
Yeah.
I'd rather laugh than cry. I will laugh all the time. And I have to put my disclaimers in because a lot of people think that I'm laughing at them, and that's not the case. Laughing is my defense mechanism. That is how I control.
You do laugh. You do laugh at people. You just,
It depends. It depends. But laughter is laughter. Sometimes I'm not laughing at them. Sometimes I am, but I'll let you know if it's in that to that extent. But no, laugh. That's my defense mechanism, and my kids developed that too. I mean, there was a time where we was at a funeral, and we weren't happy about none of that was going on. It was just that's just how I tend to get out of certain things, or that's how if I'm uncomfortable, I'll laugh myself out the situation. That's just my defense mechanism. But yeah, my kids was like, "Mom, why am I laughing?" I said, "Oh, it's okay." You get that from me because that's just how I that's how I brush stuff off. Now, don't misunderstand. If I get upset and I'm not laughing, run, run to the hills.
I never seen since I've been coming up here. I never seen you.
Because I know how I get when I get upset.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I get when I get upset. I turn into the hawk.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to be that. So that's why I choose laughter as my mechanism. Because I can get real angry, but I choose not to. And that's a choice. Because we have duality in us. You have the choice to be good or you have the choice to be bad. It's within you. We all are capable of doing that. We all have feelings and emotions. And people, I think, be trying to get me to get to that point. But I know me. And like I say, I know who I am, I know whose I am, and I know what I carry. So because I know that, I'm cautious and careful of how I do things. I believe that if you come across things with peace and calmness, it'll work better for you. Because if you fight fire with fire, you're gonna get a big fire.
And so if somebody overstep your boundary, they might get some fire.
It all depends. I look around at my surroundings too. If my surroundings is telling me that it's not the time or the place, I respect that. And my discernment and intuition, I listen to that too. And I advise everybody out there too. If someone is trying to get you out of character, listen to your intuition and your discernment, because sometimes God will show you that before it takes place.
Sometimes you gotta shut them down before they do that, huh?
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. And you can do that in a respectful manner and walk away. People, I don't know why people want to get other people out of character. We all get angry. So if you get me angry, what's the big deal? You get angry, they get angry, we all get angry. So why would you try to pull me out of my character? So what? To prove that I'm human? I don't understand the concept of why people do what they do. But like I said, what is common to us, or what's common sense to us, might not be common to others.
So, in other words, common sense ain't common to everybody else.
It ain't. I don't know what they got. They probably got some of us is dealing with quarters and dimes and nickels, and some of the other ones are just dealing with pennies and plastic coins. Not the real stuff. But to each his own. You live and you learn. As life goes on.
Oh, your lips look better.
Look, you start talking, lips get dry, and then your words start sticking to your teeth and your lip. So I have to change it up. But thank you.
In front of everybody. Okay.
Well, look, I'd rather fix it that way before my lips be sticking to my teeth and you be like, what's wrong with that chick? What's wrong with her mouth? It's, this is just so I can flow.
Some people drink water.
My cup is empty. I done drunk all my tea.
Oh.
So that's the next best thing. I keep it on hand so that I can flow.
Okay. I'm just joking with you.
I got you. I kind of felt your attention when it went, because you was talking and you said, oh. I caught that. But in all truth and honesty, I'm down to earth. I got a sense of humor. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I hope you got humorous.
Yeah. You got to be real.
I'm coming to bold and irresponsible.
But you funny. But we are at that mark to where I'm way over where I thought. So
it's time for you to go.
I got to get myself ready. So I thank you all for joining the live. Thank you for being a guest on this live today, Greg. I appreciate you.
Don't be anxious. Slow down going to work, though. So
I will.
Be safe.
I'm gonna get there when I get there. The job will still be there.
Let Jesus take the wheel.
That's right. Every time. All right. So remember, you guys out there, be safe. Remember, God loves you. I love you. Now you love you. Till next time. Peace. Have a good one.
All right.
Boot up. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Thank y'all for the live. Peace.